Well, hello, YouTube. Get you dizzy there. Back in the shop again today. Today is paint prep day. Not necessarily in order. Well, it's got to be in order. No, not in that order. We're going to prep the parts. We have some parts here, some additional parts that came out that need to be deburred and fluted and all sorts of things. And get those ready, and then of course we got to scarf them up, and then we got to get them painted so we can get on with this build. And that's what we're doing today. It's a lot of rinse repeat. You know, you hear me say that a lot, but you know, if you're going to build an RV10, you better get used to it, because there is a lot of rinse and repeat and everything. So, but hey, I'm excited to get this done, because when we get this done, that means we get to assemble. We get to put together the horizontal stabilizer and get that checked off the list, and then we get to move on to the elevators and all of those and all of their glory. So, with that being said, like always, I just wish this plane would build itself, but it's not. So I gotta get to work. There you go, YouTube. Everything is buffed or scratched and laying out, ready to get painted. Rule of thumb is if you can see your reflection clearly in the thing, you didn't scarf it enough. You do it again and again and again until you take the shine off. The other thing is when you rinse it down, I use acetone. Wipe it down with acetone, and then don't touch it. You got to wear gloves after that. Oh, I just saw a spot right there. See, I'm going through the inspection as I'm doing the video, so I got to peel that off, and then we re-clean it with acetone. Here is the SEM primer etching. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know that I'm going to switch over to an epoxy. Nothing wrong with SEM, but things have changed. I'm doing a little bit different on the build, and I was expecting Vans to do the epoxy painting, but they're not, so I'm going to do it. And I'm not saying that they won't do it, it's just I'm not getting a quick build anymore. So that's about it. Got all my parts laid out. So the rule of thumb is here, I go down one side of the table, light coats, it takes about 3 coats. I go down one side of the table, shoot that side, and then I go to the other side of the table, and then I'll shoot that side on the way back. And then I repeat that 3 times. And that is my coats. You're not trying, if it looks wet when you spray it, you're spraying it, you're either too close or you're spraying too much. You're not coming off. You want it to be chalky on each go around. That's about it. That's more for adhesion. If you get it too wet, what happens is that the solvent inside the paint can't flash off quick enough, and it doesn't etch. It kind of holds it in there, and it causes issues. So you want it to be chalky on each run, and that's basically the rule of thumb. So enough of that. Make sure you wear your PPE, your face mask. I've got the door open. I have my big fan. I'll have that blowing, and everything going out, and then I got my mask and everything. So we're good to go. So let's get this done. You two, all right. I gotta wait for it to start. So there you go. Got all of the ribs painted and ready to go. All of the I forgot what they call it. The stuff that flashes off that is going on. That's why you're seeing them kind of chalky color, which is good. So they are drying on the table. Let them set up, and then we will proceed tomorrow. I mean, it was pretty uneventful today. Just like I said, I mean, when you're building, I'm learning when you're building an RV10. And let me flip around here. All right, there we go. Much better. So I am learning fast. I'm only, into this, as you guys know, 3 months. But I'm learning it's a lot of rinse and repeat, and also perfect. Let me tell you, you get pretty good at this point. And I think, it's not that I think I know Vans. has a strategy or a methodology. There's a reason why they want you to do things in certain orders, because you're building on your skills. When I first did the tail count, that was, oh my gosh, that was crazy. Then the rudder, that was easy. And now this is more complex. This with the horizontal stabilizer is more about reading the plans and understanding. And each time you go through each one of these elements, I'm learning, and you will too. So it's one of those things where it's a lot of rinse and repeat. I mean, you only buck so many rivets where you get it, where you start getting it. If you don't get it, it's easy. Just practice. You got to do it. It's one of those things. Get with an EAA group. If you're having a hard time, find your local EAA chapter and go to their meetings. Go to their hangar. A lot of them have hangars at the airport. Go to their hangar and say, hey, look, can you show me how to buck? Buck rivets. There's always going to be someone there to help you. If there's not, leave a comment. I'll find you someone to help you. I will. I will personally find you someone in your area to help you buck. You not build your airplane, but help you buck and learn how to do particular things. So yeah, with that being said, we got the priming done of all the ribs, all of the spars and everything. That's all done. Tomorrow, what we're going to do, we got to let this cook. We got to let it sit up. It takes 24 hours. A lot of guys that prime things, they get in trouble because they start banging their parts around. It feels dry. It's not dry. There's layers. You put layers on there and you cover it up. So it takes a little bit for that precipitate to burn off. And this is a chemical bond. You want a mechanical bond. That's the best bond. That's what epoxy gives you. That's why epoxy is so much better than what is here, because this is more of a chemical bond, a tension bond, where epoxy is more of a mechanical bond. It actually adheres it fills in the voids. And you're doing it here, but it's not as much. So you want that chemical and mechanical. That's where you get your strength. That's why fiberglass is so strong, because you get both. You get a mechanical bond and the chemical bond. So we got to let this cook. We're not going to touch it. Going to leave it alone. Tomorrow we'll come in. Tomorrow will be a light day, because tomorrow what we're going to do is we got to tape off the skins. We're going to tape those off. And then we're going to paint. We're going to prime the skins. I'm not going to prime the whole inside of the skin. I'm just going to prime the contact points. So we're going to have to tape those off. That won't take that long. What was different than this one is I did leave when I primed the rudder. I left the plastic on. If you guys remember that. You can't do that with a horizontal stabilizer because the fit is so tight and so precise that you can't have that blue. That blue throws it off, believe it or not. So you have to remove, they actually tell you that, you have to remove all of the bluing on the inside, the protective coating, or things just won't sit right or won't align correctly. So tomorrow what I'm going to do is I'll tape. I'll just tape off where I want to do. I'll get overspray, of course, and then we'll spray those and be done with them. And then hopefully, God willing, Wednesday we'll get back in here and we'll start some assembly. I'll start some assembly. There is some sub-assembly, and I'll put that right here so you guys can see it. So we'll also probably do that as well tomorrow. So another great day in the shop. Working on airplanes like fishing, a bad day, well, not really a bad day. Working on an airplane can be pretty bad. I'm running out of battery here, so that's God telling me to wrap it up. Wrap it up and stuff. But yeah, it was a good day in the shop. I appreciate you guys hanging out there with me. If you have any questions, comments, please leave them in the bottom. Just keep them to the airplane. Don't care about all the other stuff. Make sure you hit that like, that subscribe button. Tell your buddies about us. A little bit different YouTube shop. I figured I'll just talk to you guys when I need to talk to you. Not gonna do a fast, running around and over and stuff. I'll just talk to you on each element. I try to put out 3 to 4 every day that I'm in the shop. I am recording what I'm doing, so you're gonna get a day by day kind of progress report. It helps me with my logs, and plus it keeps me not motivated, but it keeps me in track. It helps me with my project planning as far as this goes. Man, it looks like I've jumped into the pool. I am burning up, sweating. I will tell you guys a little teaser. I have some information I want to share with you guys. It's been 2 weeks. I'm on my 3rd week. This little guy right here, well, I'll talk about that maybe tomorrow. Unsolicited. So it's called a lumen. This thing is, I just gotta, I'll talk to you guys a little bit about tomorrow. It'll be in the weight loss section of my bridge, or my channel, and everything, and keep you guys posted on that. But I don't know if you noticed, I have noticed I'm actually, yeah, you can kind of see a little bit of weight loss. I've done some, yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'll share that with you guys tomorrow as well. So like always, be careful, be safe. Use common sense. You guys know what's right and what's wrong. I hope you do. If you're watching my channel, I hope you do, and everything. And like always, I'll be thinking of you guys. And if you have any questions, anything, just leave them in the comments. I'll get to them when I can. And like always, like I said, like always, but it is like always. God bless you. Take care of yourselves. And until we talk again.